Trump has started his day by doing what he does best, attacking and insulting his former political ally turned rival on social media. The president got started at 4 a.m. That's the time I get up a little bit before 4 a.m., but I'm not starting. Got to be starting something. That's President Donald J. Trump's motto. Look, Rob the Sanctimonious came to me asking for help. He was losing badly. Now, you know what? President Trump ain't lying about that. By 31 points to popular agriculture commissioner Adam Putnam. He was getting ready to drop out of the race, ran a terrible campaign. Ron told me he had one last chance. My support and endorsement with Putnam and everybody else wanted also. I gave it to Ron and the race was over. Because almighty Trump definitely stepped in there. Ask President Donald J. Trump, he'll tell you he's almighty. And one day he went from losing badly, to winning by a lot. With 3 large Trump rallies, he won the general election in an upset. Disloyal. Woo, nothing like this to get my mind off of my sadness today. Yeah, Donald J. Trump going in. Just like but you know what? He ain't lying about this dude. He definitely not. 20 minutes later, because Donald J. Trump could not rest, Ron DeSantis can't win the general election or get the nomination because he voted to obliterate Social Security. Go ahead, old president.
Yeah, go off.
This faux populism, but something, Francesca, my grandmother used to say, even a broke clock is right 2 times a day. But let me just go finish what President Trump had to say. Ron DeSantis can't win the general election or get the nomination because he voted to obliterate Social Security, even wanting to raise the minimum age to 70 or more. Voted to badly wound Medicare and fought hard and voted for a 23% tax on everything sales tax. He was and is a disciple of horrible Rhino, Paul Ryan, and others, too many to mention. Also, he desperately needs a personality transplant. Francesca, was he peeking on your notes? And to the best of my knowledge, they are not medically available yet. A disloyal person. Ooh, can't nobody shade. Like President Donald J. Trump. So it's really been quite a busy day for both of these Florida men.
Well, first of all, I love that that was a good burn. Trump is usually incredibly unhinged on Truth Social, but that little tirade actually kind of worked, and he nailed it. Are personality transplants available? Again, still a little bit of a teenage boy burn, but very funny and also weirdly indicative of the transplants that Donald Trump has had. Hello, hair transplant, scalp transplant. We know he had a transplant, so he's like, I know. Transplants, it's very funny, but this is the best because I like to think of Mr. Mike Pence, and I just sort of pour one out because he's sitting there, waiting outside the principal's office as the one kid went in before him getting reamed, and he's like, oh, I don't want it to be me. He did it, because Mike Pence is so scared of being called disloyal.
Oh man, I tell you, Donald J. Trump did that. Now he a faux popular, because imagine if he had taken care of these things, fought hard for the things that he's accusing Ron DeSantis of supporting and or not doing. Imagine if President Trump went in the opposite direction and secured Social Security, really poured his heart and soul into saying, Social Security now, Social Security forever.
Right.
Imagine if he used some of this for some good, how much further along we would be. But I gotta tell you, baby, he did. Ron DeSantis ain't ready for the street fight that he is about to have with President Donald J. Trump. 2 of these men, Lord Florida.
It is a street fight.
Help us, Lord, help us. I got to call on Black Jesus with the sandals on, Francesca. This is one of those moments. My.